Hey everybody, what's up? Happy Friday. It's another ambush video. It's Free Spell Friday day. But before I do that, I want to thank everybody who participated in the special that we were having. Thank y'all so much. Your orders will be going out ASAP. Now, quickly, y'all know that we just went through the holidays and there's Christmas and all the other holidays coming right around the corner, and a lot of times we get a lot of down and depressive energy around us. And I just wanted to do a couple of things, really quick things that you can do to clear out negative energy without having to go through any production or show. And it's really simple things that you can do with things around the house or things that you can procure. One of my favorite things is the egg filter. These are energy filters and energy drawers that get rid of negative energy by bringing them in and trapping them. So what you'll need for this one is just a plain old room temperature egg, a clear glass, and water. Now, we're gonna get fancier later, and I'll tell you little tips you can do later, but the simplest one is you fill your glass halfway with water, about so, right? And while you're doing this, please have a candle going, have your incense going, talk to your ancestors, talk to your spirit guides, get your stuff together, start praying, and get your mind right into what you're doing. And you pray over your water. You're asking the water to be helpful in clearing away negativity and grasping all the negativity around you, bringing it to you like a filter, bringing it into the water, not to you, but into the water, so that it grasps and traps it. Then you take your egg and you pray over your egg, that this egg act like a little mini vacuum, pulling away all the negativity from your house, pulling away all the negative energies, bad vibes, and just bleh, and bringing it and holding it into the egg. And you're praying over both, and then you carefully, now you know why you only lifted it halfway. Bloop, you put your egg in there. Then you continue your prayers. You continue praying on it, asking that both of these together act as a vacuum and as a filter to get all of the negativity and hold it into the egg. And you get yourself a little white candle. It does not have to be anything big. You can get a vigil if you want, because you're going to do this. Like, let's say you pick a time at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, whatever time. Usually I like doing this early in the morning, but again, it's on you and what you can do. And at that time, let's say you do 9 o'clock in the morning. At 9 o'clock every morning, you're going to redo your prayers, redo your candle. So you can use a vigil, you can use a tea light, you can use a little emergency candle, whatever. So to focus, and you call the spirits, you call your ancestors. Traditionally, this work is done with St. Clair. And if you don't know who St. Clair of Assisi is, look her up. For us Caribbean people, Santa Clara has always been one to clear away negativity and use her light to get rid of things. You talk to her and the entourage of spirits that works with her, that walks with you, and your ancestors to help her out. If you don't want to use any Catholic saints, you can just talk to your ancestors and tell them what's going on and ask that they clear away negativity. As the water is clear, let clarity reign, let clarity go through, and let it take away all negativity. For 9 days you sit there. If the water goes down because of evaporation, water goes down, just add a little more water and keep your prayers. On the 9th day, pour out the water either at the crossroads or down the toilet, depending on what your situation is. And take the egg and crash it out somewhere. Put it in a little baggie if you need to. Because remember, the water is there to make sure that the energy goes into the egg takes it and traps it in there. So pour out your water. You can take a spoon and hold the egg back. Pull your egg out carefully because you don't want this to break. Essentially, it's a bomb. And you put it in your little baggie. Take it to the crossroads. Crash it at the crossroads. If you can't get to a crossroads, and this is a quick thing, you have to be quick about it. Flush your toilet. And when the water's going out and it's just about to go down and you know the water's still going, not before where it comes back up, but when it's just low enough, you throw the egg there, crash it, and the water will take it down through the toilet. This is a more difficult way. I strongly recommend the crossroads. I've had to do the toilet because, you know, in New York where I used to live, being a native New Yorker, I had to come out with new and inventive things when the winter was going on and there was snow up to my eyeballs. So definitely go with the crossroad thing. But again, really quickly, this is a simple thing. Now, if you want to get all fancy schmancy, you can add holy water to the water that you're using. You can take a little Florida water, and after you put the egg in, float a couple of drops of Florida water on it. The egg itself, what you can do is make a mess. You see this, right? I'm making a mess. Now, you can take your egg before doing it and take a little cocoa butter. Yes, Queen Helene cocoa butter. Ain't nobody proud here. You take a little cocoa butter and you put it on top of your egg. and you pray and you pray and you pray. The cocoa butter is another purifying agent. It is a purifying and peaceful agent so that it peacefully and quickly, as well as totally cleans away that negative energy. You're anointing it for that. So that's one thing you do. Again, traditionally, this is given to St. Clair, but like I said, use your spirits, use your ancestors, use what you feel comfortable with, and this is a minimal one. Another thing you can do when you know people are coming to your house and you want to do a preventative is take a glass like this, fill it with ice, and then pour sugar right on top of it. It can be powdered sugar or it can be granular sugar. And while you're doing it, you're praying to the ice and the sugar, your ancestors and your spirits, saying that the same way that ice and sugar melt, let all negativity melt before it even gets into my house and stay trapped in the water. Let the sugar turn bitterness to sweetness. And this is traditionally done under the aegis of Nuestra Señora de la Nieve, Our Lady of the Snows. But again, call your ancestors, call your spirits, call Obatala, call the spirits that you work with. And you put that behind your door so that it absorbs the negativity and traps it and then throws it right out. Now, a last quick one. Really simple again, to keep people away from you. Now, if you know that somebody's going to show up and you are definitely not feeling their vibe and you don't want them to show up, but you don't want them to get harmed, again, take a glass of ice, write down that person's name that you want them to show up at your party or whatever, put it in the glass and tie a red ribbon around it and put it behind the door where nobody sees it. And you pray to Saint Alexis, San Alejo, to keep them far away, para alejarlo, to keep them far away. Or again, talk to your spirits and say, freeze them and keep them far from me. And the same way the ice dissolves, so dissolve any idea that they have of trying to show up. And with both of the latter two, with the ice and the sugar and the regular ice for St. Alexis, throw it right out the front door when it's done. And these are some little tricks and tips I hope work for you, especially in the holiday season. I bid you nothing but peace and love. Please go to our Facebook page, which is Louisiana Curious Shop on Facebook, and take a look and like this video, share it around like candy. If you have any questions or comments, give me a message here or at mine, Louis Rosa Papa Rose, at Facebook, or at Louisiana Curious Shop at yahoo.com. And that's it. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your Friday. Much love and roots, y'all. Later.